Welcome, yogi friends. Welcome to Nature Teach Yoga with me, JoJo. I'm so excited that you're here. If you're new, don't worry, just follow along with what we do and you'll have so much fun too. Today we are going to do a really fun game that I like to call Be What You See. And this is like a combination of a few different games that I've recently learned, and maybe in another video I'll share those games with you because they're really cool to play with other family members if you're at the house, with brothers and sisters or your friends, or even over the internet through Zoom calls. So I'll share a few of those games with you in a later video. But today we're going to be what we see. And I recently went on an adventure around the farm where I live, trying to look for different critters that might live around here. It's springtime. We're wrapping up with spring. It's the end of May, and there are a lot of critters around here. And some that you don't even know are there. You have to be really quiet and stealthy. I have to use really quiet footsteps. I have to use really good hearing so that I can see those animals or evidence the animals were there. So different clues that they might leave behind, like tracks or feathers or food or even poop. So anyway, I took some pictures of some of the things that I saw on my adventure the other day around the farm, and I want to share them with you. And I wanted to put those to movements because I thought that might be really fun to do together. So get a yoga mat or find some carpet or find a cozy spot where you can crawl all around and become the animals that we're going to see. And I'll meet you back here and we're going to have so much fun. See you soon. Okay, yogi friends, welcome back. So in a second, I'm going to show you a picture of an animal that I saw. We're going to go through a few of these and we are just going to try to put them to movements. When I put up the picture, you're welcome to create your own movements. Make it your own. Or you can wait for the picture to turn back to me and you can see what I'm doing and you can follow along with me. You can do both of those things. Mila might join us for some yoga. We'll see. But she looks pretty cozy where she is, doesn't she? All right, so let's get started. So when I went out on my adventure, I walked out my door and I have two beautiful oak trees outside. And I love to look in the oak trees because there are a few things living in the oak trees that come back and forth and use the oak tree for many sources of food. So when I looked up in my oak tree, this is what I saw. I saw a woodpecker. You can tell I had a little bit of red. A lot of different birds blend in with their surroundings, but some also stand out because they're looking for mates, they want to look attractive, they are big and beautiful. So this one in particular likes to eat things inside my oak tree. So we are going to become the woodpecker. So we're going to have big old wings, we're going to fly around looking for our perfect tree, flying around looking for our tree. We found our tree. And woodpeckers are called woodpeckers because they use their big beaks to beat on the tree, stick out their tongues, and eat what they find. We're going to beat on the tree, stick out our tongues, eat what we find. Beat on the tree, stick out our tongues, eat what we find. One more time. Beat on the tree, stick out our tongues, eat what we find. Awesome. All right. So then I continued my walk around the farm, looking down at all the beautiful flowers. And do you know what I found in one of those flowers? I found this. I found a bumblebee carrying pollen on its legs from flower to flower, pollinating those flowers so that we can have flowers again. And I've got little wings. And I fly around a lot during the day. Got my little wings flying around with pollen on my legs. And my favorite thing about flowers is the nectar inside. So I have got straw-like tongues to reach inside that flower and scoop out that nectar, suck it on up, flying from flower to flower, sticking out my tongue, and drinking nectar. Flying around, drinking nectar. Flying around, drinking nectar. Awesome. Okay, next on our adventure, I was walking and I went over to the pond And I looked down and I saw evidence that something had been there. Maybe last night, maybe the night before, but they left a set of tracks. Yeah. So I'm going to show you the picture. See if you can guess what this animal is. This animal has 5 fingers. Kind of looks a little human-like, right? And they are really crafty animals, and they come out at night. And this animal has got a band over its eyes and a bushy ring tail. It's a raccoon. And raccoons, they scurry around at night, looking for tasty morsels, eating with their hands, running around, looking for tasty morsels, eating with their hands, running around. Sometimes they get into trash cans. They get their whole body into trash cans, eat the trash. I wonder what it was doing around the pond. What was it looking for? All right, so then I continued my journey. Mila, you're going to join us. And you know what I found? When I was looking near the pond, it's perfect timing. I saw Mila! Yeah, I did! I saw a dog! We could do a little downward dog, huh? We can be a dog. I'm a little dog. I got a tail, wagging my tail. Oh, stretching out one foot. Stretching out the other. Oh, Mila. Stretch it out, Mila. Don't you want to stretch it out, Mila? Don't you want to stretch it out? No. Oh. Okay, we're going to continue our journey around the farm with Mila. What is the next thing we see? We're going to go down to the creek. Sometimes we like to sit down by the creek. And down by this creek, I just sat on a log and looked over, and what did I find? I saw 2 ducks hanging out in the water. So we can be ducks. Are you ready? You can have a little tail if you want to be a duck. Maybe you want to make it a bill. And ducks, they like to hang out in water. They have really cool feet to swim around in the water. Little duckies in the water. Quack, quack. Quack, quack, quack. Quack, 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 quack. Quack, quack, quack. Nuzzle, nuzzle. Quack, quack, quack. Maybe you can make up a better duck pose than that. Think about, how does a duck move? All right, so also at the creek, I was looking around. Do you know what else I saw on the log that I was sitting? This picture's kind of tough. See if you can find the animal. Yeah, there was a lizard. A lizard on our rock. Are you ready to be a lizard? So we have western fence lizards out here with their blue bellies. We also have alligator lizards, but that wasn't the one we found. We found a western blue-bellied lizard, fence lizard. And lizards sometimes like to do push-ups. It's a challenge, I know. Sometimes they just like to hang out if they're curious. Sometimes they also like to do push-ups, little mini push-ups. Little mini push-ups. And then they scurry away. Okay, so next on our adventure, we're going to leave the creek. And we're going to go for a little walk. And now we're walking around, and on the ground, I see evidence of another creature that was there. It's not poop, though, this time. I won't make you decide for that one. But I saw another track, and this one was inside the ground, was in the dirt and mud and sand, and it made an impression. So when I show it, maybe you'll know exactly what this animal is. a deer! Yeah! And deer, they're on all fours, right? And they like to browse. Browsing. They like to eat little baby trees. They like to eat all kinds of different plant life because they're herbivores. They like to eat plants. And then, the cutest thing about deer, they bound. Can we bound? Bounding deer. And they got cute little tails. Bounding deer. Cute little tails. Pretty cool. So I didn't actually see the deer, but I saw the track. And then I kept on walking. And I went inside my fence and looked at the ground. And do you know what I saw in the ground? There was a little hole. And out of the hole came a snake. It was a gopher snake. There were actually two that day, but I only got a picture of this one because it showed me its face, and it was sticking out its tongue, doing some sensing, going underneath the ground and coming back up. So we are going to be a snake. Nice snakes, you guys. That's so awesome. All right. Next thing I saw right on the ground on a little patch of water, there's a kind of butterfly that likes to hang out near water. I'll show you the picture. We are a butterfly, a blue butterfly, flapping our wings, flapping our wings. Such a happy butterfly, soaking up that water, then soaking up that day, going from flowers, drinking water, hanging out. We're a pollinator. Nice work. What color are your wings? All right, and our last creature that I saw when I was walking was actually inside one of our buildings. Believe it or not. It was hanging out in there. It was cool, and it was damp, and I think it wanted to get away from the elements just a little bit. And I was really surprised when I saw it. Are you ready? Last one, here it is. I saw a Pacific tree frog. Oh, one of my favorite animals. So cool. A couple videos ago, I did a life cycle of a frog. This frog, sometimes you can find them around the farms. They like to hang out in here. They eat all kinds of insects. So we're going to get down, just like this. Do a little squat. They have 4 legs, and their back legs are really strong and long, and they can jump. And they jump. Jumping around. They have tongues. They reach out and grab insects. Tongues. It's pretty common in a lot of animals to help them get their food, isn't it? Jumping around. Jumping around. I'm an amphibious animal. Hanging out on land. Then they go back to the water. Eating insects. And that is my adventure for the day. I am so happy you got to join me for that. Thank you so much. Deep breath, breathing in for gratitude, saying thank you to the world. Thank you, world. Blowing it out. Big thank yous. One more time. Breathing it in, thank you, world. Blowing out our thank you. Thank you so much for joining me, JoJo from Nature Teach today. I hope you had fun, and join me next time. I can't wait to see you. Have a beautiful day.